Thank you very much. My name is Andrei Țărnea. I'm Director General for Communication for the Romanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs. It is my utmost pleasure and honor to serve as the MC of this first official ceremony dedicated to the Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu National Prize. We call it a national prize because it's a Romanian prize, but if anything, today's event shows that it's an international prize. It's from the inception dedicated to individuals and projects that are imagined or designed or put in place to combat all forms of discrimination, antisemitism, xenophobia, and hatred. Unfortunately, I may say it's also a timely prize. The circumstances of today's world show without a shadow of a doubt why keeping the memory of the Holocaust, remembering the importance of this effort, continue to play a significant role in our modern society. First, a few words about Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu. If Romanian post-89 diplomacy would have to have a role model, Mihnea Constantinescu, Ambassador Constantinescu would be the one. Many of my fellow Romanian diplomats in the room, ambassadors or colleagues, political officials, have worked closely with Ambassador Constantinescu. I had the privilege to work with him myself. Those that know him know very well that we're not talking about somebody who was bigger than life, who was interested in the limelight of the public eye or of the stage, but rather he was often a discreet, effective, and persistent diplomat. He also was one of those that reshaped Romanian diplomacy to put again values at the core of the diplomatic mission, which is not always easy because diplomats are first and foremost pragmatists, people serving national interest. But national interests are always built around ideas. So with that, honoring the legacy of Ambassador Constantinescu, it's both an obligation for the ministry, and I'm glad that his family could be here today. We'll hear a little bit later. This event is not the only element of this memorial effort that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the foundation that bears his name brings to the legacy of Ambassador Constantinescu, but it is maybe symbolically the most impactful. So with that, a few words also by the first recipient of this prize. Mr. Robert Waltl is an actor, a theater director, both in classical theatrical institution, but also in its own project, the one that has put, in this case, the limelight both on the stage and off the stage to a project that is dedicated through and through to the objective that were a significant part of the action of Ambassador Constantinescu, combating antisemitism, combating discrimination, bringing young people and the arts together in order to instill or to use imagination and the force of the creative force of arts to promote peaceful understanding and a special use of memory as a tool for combating xenophobia. His mini theater, who's at the core of this project, is his own idea, but that's not his only merit. Mr. Waltl is also, and importantly so, a member of the Slovenian delegation at IRA. And when we say IRA, for Romania is particularly important because Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu, who served as a liaison during the presidency of IRA on behalf of Romania, was influential and essential, one could say, at the establishment of the working definition for anti-Semitism, that it's again at the core of what the Alliance of the Memory of Holocaust is all about. And once again, a definition that proves to be needed and necessary, unfortunately, in our times. Mr. Robert Waltel is also a recipient of many domestic and international awards, a Chevalier of Arts et Lettres for the government of France, but also of the Medal of Honor, the Medal of Merit of the Slovenian presidency. With this rather lengthy introduction, allow me to invite on the stage the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Emil Hurezeanu. Domnule Ministru, aveți cuvântul.
The Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu National Prize of 2024 for special merits in combating antisemitism, xenophobia, radicalization, and hate speech. This is a very special occasion for us, as it is the first edition of this prize. I will start by recalling that Robert Waltel is one of the most recognizable names in Slovenian culture, an artist and a civil rights activist. He has fervently promoted inclusion, tolerance, the Jewish culture, and the memory of Jews in Slovenia. Throughout the years, his approach has been multifaceted. He has held educational sessions for young people on Holocaust issues. He has organized exhibitions about the Holocaust. He has set up Stolpersteine, or stumbling blocks, in Ljubljana and elsewhere in Slovenia. This prize is awarded to Mr. Waltel for 4 emblematic, interrelated projects. The setting up of the Jewish Cultural Center in Ljubljana, the Mini Theater in Ljubljana, the House of Tolerance Festival and Holocaust Education in Slovenia, and the Stolpersteine Stumbling Blocks project in Slovenia. I will briefly describe the projects below in order to better understand their significance and impact. The Jewish Cultural Center was created in order to promote and practice Jewish culture as a museum, but also as a place for prayer, as it currently houses the only functioning synagogue in Slovenia. The center educates particularly on the Holocaust and is now an international hub with a remarkable social impact both in Slovenia and worldwide. The Mini Theater is the most important partner of the Jewish Cultural Center, featuring projects such as theater performances, concerts, literary evenings, exhibitions, lectures, Holocaust education programs, book promotions, film screenings, or debates. The House of Tolerance Festival is a very prominent Jewish film festival with tolerance and diversity as core themes. Robert Waltel firmly believes that, in his own words, culture is a means of creating tolerance. This festival, one of the most important annual events in Slovenia, is an expression of this credo, addressing topical and important issues such as war, relations between individual and state, or the importance of historical memory. The Stolpersteine is another widely known project of the Jewish Cultural Center, managed by Robert Waltel, aimed at evoking the fate of Ljubljana's Jews and Jewish refugees during the Holocaust, who fled to Ljubljana in 1930, as the city was then considered as a safe haven for Jews. Starting with 2018 until today, 68 stumbling blocks have been laid in the Slovenian capital in 24 locations. As Robert Waltel said, Stolpersteine are visible monuments For centuries after we are gone, people will walk on these stumbling blocks in the hearts of the cities where we once lived, thus preserving a lasting memory of the madness of World War II. Ladies and gentlemen, regrettably, once again we live during times characterized by a worrying increase of antisemitism, xenophobia, radicalization, as well as by all types of discriminatory attitudes. We have the duty to counter these threats, these challenges. The most efficient way is by promoting Holocaust education, especially among the young generation. And this is what the Ljubljana Jewish Cultural Center does best through its main activities, but also through projects such as the Mini Theater, the House of Tolerance Festival, and the Stolpersteine. We need creative approaches that can help us in advancing public awareness of the horrors of the Holocaust. We must continue our efforts to identify areas where further reflection is needed and combat negative phenomena that affect our democratic societies and values. Let me assure you, ladies and gentlemen, that our commitment to encouraging the research, education, and commemoration of the Holocaust has remained and will continue to remain steadfast. The Mihnea Constantinescu National Prize is a living proof of this commitment. This year, we honor cultural projects aimed at combating anti-Semitism, projects that are innovative, employ a substantial civic engagement, and have a tremendous contribution to education the public, as well as showing best practice examples. Mr. Walter, you are an example to us all, and it is an honor for us to award the prize to you. I congratulate you once again for your activities and wish you all the best in your work, as well as many successful future projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. The next speaker, and the event wouldn't be complete without her, is Mrs. Cora Stăvărescu, who's the president of the Mihnea Constantinescu Association and a family member of the departed ambassador.
Thank you.
Cora?
Honored assistants, we are here today to celebrate a moment of profound significance, not only for our family, but for the entire Romanian society and for the values we all promote: respect, understanding, and tolerance. The establishment of the Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu Association marks an important moment in the continuation of the legacy left by a man of great integrity and devotion to his country and to the ideals of a better world. Mihnea Constantinescu was a model diplomat, a supporter of peace and human rights, a man who believed deeply in the power of education and the need to build bridges between cultures. Throughout his career, my uncle was a true ambassador of human values, and his work was not limited to the diplomatic sphere. He was, in essence, an ambassador of humanity, of respect for differences between people, and of the importance of dialogue in resolving conflicts. Therefore, the establishment of this association is not only a tribute to a life dedicated to public service, but also a firm commitment to carry forward the mission that Mihnea Constantinescu began. We would like to continue promoting projects that reflect his principles and visions through this association. One of the most important projects that we intend to carry forward is the fight against antisemitism and xenophobia, two forms of hatred and intolerance that unfortunately still make their presence felt in many corners of the world. The partnership with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs allows us to amplify and expand this important project. The support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is essential to make my uncle's initiatives known and to ensure that his message of peace, respect and solidarity reaches as many people as possible, not only in Romania, but also in the international affairs. This partnership represents a milestone in strengthening diplomatic relations, but also in promoting better and more tolerant international climate. I would like to thank the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for its openness and support in this direction, and together we can build a more tolerant and united world. Finally, I would like to emphasize that the Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu Award granted by Ministry of Foreign Affairs is not just a project, but a responsibility towards the legacy left by Mihnea Constantinescu. It is a call for action for all those who believe in values such as respect, dignity, and the fundamental rights of every human being. We will continue our work to make his ideals a tangible reality and his projects to have a positive impact to our society. Congratulations to this year's winner, and thank you for joining us in this noble endeavor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Cora Stavărescu. With that, I invite the Foreign Minister to present the winner, the Mihnea Constantinescu, Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu Award. So with that, Minister and Mr. Robert Waltel, please take the stage. With that, yes, thank you very much. Mr. Waltel, you have the floor. Thank you so much.
Esteemed Minister, Excellencies, friends, you hear so many words about me, so I will be very short. I came from one of the smallest Jewish community in Europe. We are in Slovenia today, only 100 members. So Holocaust was very successful in the Second World War, and I dedicate all my life to art and memory. As you hear, so I'm an actor, theater director. I have a theater. We produce like yearly 250 performances with 25,000 visitors every year. In the same house, we have Jewish Culture Center with a small museum with the Holocaust part. And in all and each our performance, the tolerance, or even more, to accept the others is the most important. I believe that art has the power to make bridges and to come with all emotions really close to everyone. So we work performances for kids from 3 years till the old people, I joke, from 3 to 103 old. Festival of Tolerance, which was mentioned, we established 11 years ago with double Oscar winner, Auschwitz survivor Branko Lustig. You all know Schindler List. With his help, we start this festival as a Jewish film festival, But even in the first year, it was not only Jewish festival. We speak about all sorts of intolerances today, from discrimination, racism, xenophobia, and so this year there will be 11th edition, and I must say that this festival works with all embassies that are in Slovenia. So every year we cooperate also with a Romanian embassy. So with their help, we can do this festival, because unfortunately we don't have, as a small invisible Jewish community, we don't have some help from, unfortunately, our government. What to say? Yeah, to receive this award after the remarkable diplomat Mihnea Constantinescu, I'm in immense honor. I read about him, and I filled with his dedication to diplomacy, human rights, and the fight against injustice, and really inspired me. And then I read also that he died on my birthday date, 18th of November, so for my 53rd birthday. Thank you to the Romanian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to the esteemed jury. I'm sure that you have a lot of really amazing people and institutions. So I don't know how you choose me, but I'm really honored. And in any time, if I can be in help to anyone for some projects, now we have in Europe a lot of possibility to work together, I will be more than happy to come, because I told you the Jewish history was erased in my country. And today, I will not say everyone in Slovenia, but many people knows that Holocaust doesn't happen only in Poland and in Germany, but happens also in streets of Ljubljana, of our capital. I would like to say that we live in really, really challenging times. Hatred, anti-Semitism, and radicalizations are on the rise globally. Last year, it was one of my horrible year in my entire life. After the 7th of October, changed completely life also in Europe. So I will never expect that anti-Semitism will came back as it came. So that was like, for me, the sign that it's even more important to do what we do, all of us, in understanding and to the tolerance and acceptance of the differences. This is the most important, to speak with the young people, and I really believe that art is the best way to build the bridges. So thanks again for this big honor. You put me a big responsible on my shoulder. We already spoke with the State Secretary that this is also for me a huge responsibility now for the future. So in any time, I will be happy to come back. And also I would like to invite you to our beautiful Slovenia. I just discovered we don't have the direct flight from Ljubljana to Bucharest, but from Trieste and from Treviso, which is very close, they're very cheap flights. So welcome, and thank you to everyone, and thank you to also all other participants. They were like, yeah, I'm a little bit speechless. You know, normally for the actors, the others write the text. I try to be short. I hope I was not too long. So thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Mr. Waltel. With that, we conclude today's ceremony, but not before inviting everybody for a glass of champagne, honoring both Mihnea Constantinescu, Ambassador Mihnea Constantinescu, and the winner of the first edition of the prize. Thank you very much.